Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy Rex Black, and I thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of Extraordinarily Exclusive. It's my brand new podcast that I'm going to be doing going forward. This is the first episode, so I'm really excited to start this and actually be doing the podcast now because, I thought about it a long time ago, but I'm actually starting one. I'm actually doing it now. So I was pondering and brainstorming and thinking about where to start. I've been thinking for the past week, really. And I have decided to talk about healing. And, of course, everybody talks about healing. It's a ushy-gushy topic. But at the same time, I think healing is something that many people don't ever fully get to experience. The experience of healing wounds is one of triumph, but it's also hard at the same time. And I don't think that we really fully grasp the scope of what it takes to heal from things that have happened, things that might have happened to you, or things that you've done, and everything that happens to us, everything that we experience ends up in our subconscious in one way or another. Your active consciousness and then your subconscious, the conscience below the conscience. And it can affect us in many different ways. It can show up in triggers. It can show up in just little things. And I believe personally that when it comes to actually healing and growing, that it takes digging down into that subconscious to retrieve those small things that are way below the surface. Because I know for me personally, that's how it is. That's how it's been for me. A lot of things that I've done or a lot of things that have happened to me or that I've experienced, I don't say happened to me like I just got beat up or something. But a lot of things that I've experienced, I start to fully understand them now, rather than how I didn't really understand them at the time. As time has gone on, like I've really fully grasped a sense of self in praying and really having that revealed inside of me as to who I am, why I feel the way I do about certain things, or why I did this, why I did that, why, just different answers to the question why and how. And it's digging. It's like you're literally digging under the surface, and what's beneath the surface is sometimes it's a lot of stuff. And it could be the smallest of things that might have happened when you was, 5 or something. Maybe somebody bumped into you, knocked you down, made you feel a certain way, and you never let go of it. And that stayed with you. There's a lot of things that happen that sometimes stick with us for life or until you address it and deal with it. And you process it and learn to forgive others, forgive yourself. I know that was a big thing for me, is forgiving myself and letting go and not feeling guilt and all sorts of stuff. That's been a big thing for me. And it's so crazy talking about this on a podcast of all places. But this is something I feel like I want to share with people, and hopefully that other people can take something from it. That when it comes to actually healing yourself, sometimes we walk around as a shell of who we actually are. And I know not everybody deserves to see all of you and to see your true self. But when I say walking around as a shell of yourself, what I mean by that is you walk around as like you're just a fraction of you. Your personality, you're extremely toned down, you hold back. Sometimes there's a lack of confidence there. And that is not an easy way to live. It may seem easy in the moment because you're afraid. Fear may hold you back. But at the same time, that fear is draining. that holding back yourself and trying to tone yourself down. And you're basically restraining yourself. And that takes energy. And that energy takes it out of you. You can spend all day trying to restrain yourself, trying to hide from the world. And next thing you know, you are tired. And you don't know why you're tired. But you're tired because you spent all day suffocating yourself, basically. And all of the behaviors like that and doing things like that all can come from within the subconscious, a lack of healing. Wounds that have been cut deep into you that you now must get surgery done. Because there's certain things that we can't hold on to forever. Especially smaller things. There's some stuff that we all have to just let go of. You know, you've heard this phrase, let go and let God, but what does that truly mean? To let go and let God handle it. I'm talking about this in terms of faith when I say let go. When I let go, that means I put that trust into God to handle whatever that I entrust in him to handle. Maybe things that I don't want to or don't need to just harp on and deal with. And I give that to him to deal with. And what I do, I sit back and I do the work on myself. And I stop worrying. Because worrying is the number one factor in stress and anxiety. That worry, it all starts with a little bit of worry. And that worry turns into a mountain. A mountain that feels unclimbable. A mountain that just absorbs the skyline. And you don't want to live like that. And I know this may seem all over the place, but in my mind it's tied together. All of this is tied together. All of it makes sense because it all starts with healing. When you heal and become and have a sense of self, I'm still working on myself every day. I speak in no means do I speak from a point of perfection. Absolutely not. Far from it, in fact. But every day, just the effort in trying to resolve issues. You want to resolve issues with other people, but you got to resolve issues with yourself. And coming to a resolution can be freeing. It can free you from the entrapment of that pain, of that stress, of whatever it may be. It can free you. I'd rather live free than live as a shell of myself, burdened down by unhealedness, unwholeness. I'd rather not be burdened down by that. Because sometimes it does seem, like I said, it seems easy to live that way, but it's truly not. That's not the way to live. We were meant to live free. We were meant to fly. We were meant to soar. But instead, many of us just stay on the ground. The sky seems so far away. We just choose to walk. We choose to just stay and hide under the tree, hide under the bush. But we can do so much more. Healing is important, not only for yourself, but for those around you. That's point number 2. Because when you're unhealed and when you're not put together, that affects the people around you. I know. Trust me. That's why I said I'm far from perfect. I speak not from a point of perfection. I speak from a point of somebody who has had to learn that. So that's what I would say to people who are struggling with that right now. I want you to think about, if you don't want to think about yourself, then think about the people around you. What do you want them to get from you? How do you want them to feel when you're around? Do you want to brighten people's days or do you want to dim their days? Do you want to bring hope and happiness, or do you want them to be ready to get from around you? That's the decision. What do you want? It all starts with healing. We all have to continuously, actively choose to do that. Choose to heal. Because if not, then we can continue living in the matrix and keep our heads in the sand and act like everything's fine when it might not be. Healing is important for each and every one of us. And that's what I got to say with this one, with this episode. This is my first episode. It's so crazy. I'm over here talking about healing. I don't talk about this stuff on the internet, but I've really tried. I'm really making the effort to just be more open now. I've been a very closed off individual for a lot of my life. Some people don't know that much about me. Some people know a lot about me. Some people just try to figure me out. But when it comes down to it, I think that I just want to be me. I just want to be me. Who I am, who God created me to be, that's what I want. And I'm tired of holding back portions of myself. I'm tired of, I want to fully step into me. I know who I am. And I'm learning more about myself every day. So that's what I want. And that's what I want that for other people as well. Who do you want to be? You know who you are, right? Step into yourself. Be you. Fully you. I know that's a cliche. You probably hear that on some Target commercial somewhere, but no. When I say be you, I mean be able to step as you. Walk out that door as you. Who you were created to be. Walk. Just walk. But I won't hold y'all. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate you for tuning in to the first episode of Extraordinarily Exclusive. This has been episode 1. I'm your host, Red X Black. And I'm out, guys. Y'all have a wonderful, absolutely beautiful day, night, whenever you're watching this. Please subscribe. Thank you. Tune in for more next time.